Alafia, aho, I say namaste, and blessings to all. Welcome to Shadow of Wolves. In blessings, Maferefun, Olodumare, and blessings to Olofi, Olorun, Bobo Egun, and ancestors, all Orisha Ashe, and blessings. Listen, I am going to answer the questions that were asked throughout the weekend and today via text. Some even emailed me asking me questions about a recent individual that I was supposed to crown. And blessings to his Yabarahe and this new journey as of Saturday. Now, let me explain to you the process and the steps, because I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to say what my prohibitions are, because that will tell the person's personal business. And I never do that. That's not going to happen. But I'm going to explain to you, in dispelling all the rumors and all the things that are coming up, what is important. Now, we have 10 minutes, thank God, on TikTok. And those of you who follow me on YouTube, thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing my channel. Thank you. And thank you for putting that like button and also acknowledging the wisdom that I put out there. I appreciate your text messages and emails and comments and so forth. And thank you so far in reaching 2K. If humbly speaking, I thank all of you. It's not just my ashe, it's also yours, and I thank you. Now, let's move on and let's get rid of the rumors. Okay, so my godson, who now has his own PELE, came to me, and when he did, he was to get crowned. Maferefuna Ochosi, Ode Mato, Ode, in blessings, and blessings all Orisha. Now, because there were certain struggles during that time, and the process was taking long, it is important to know that when things seem like they're topsy-turvy and they're not going right, you need to look back, with all due respect, to your ita. When I had to look back at my ita and certain prohibitions in a ways, and I can't say what that is, was marked in my ita. So what did I do? Now, to dispel all the rumors and everything, let's start from the beginning. When we receive a number in our ita, iroso umbo, it also says that the community should come together to help an individual to get crowned, to save their life, their health, or they just don't have it. We don't get crowned for fame and fortune. We don't get crowned so that we can crown others and make a business out of it, because that becomes evil. We crown so that we can bless others, if that is permitted through Olodumare. Now, in understanding that, when I realized and I looked at my ita, I had to consult with a few elders. Some people are not seen here, just like I don't always go everywhere. I have a lot of friends in the Santeria community that are excellent guides, and we always should consult our elders first. When I saw that I had a prohibition in crowning this particular individual with all blessing, and he is my godson of Olokun, and I'm sending him a lot of blessings. He's also my brother in Ochosi. Now, I have two cameras, so I've got to look at this one and that one. Okay, so here's my brother under Ochosi as well. In understanding that, when I looked at the ita and I saw the prohibition, and the reason why I looked, because I knew that something was coming up topsy-turvy. He's a beautiful individual, inside and out. My book stated that I couldn't. I cried. I had a consulta, which is a reading from a higher priest. And I needed to know what was the best solution for him, because I could not crown him. Now, I could have been greedy. I could have said, okay, wait for them to bring the money here, because the derecho for you to crown as a madrina or the padrino, that derecho has to sit on top of that person's guardian angel. So in my case, the derecho, the funds, go on top of Ochosi, and then we ask with Obi, okay? There was no derecho here yet, but when it did arrive, do know it was a blessing, and it did arrive, but I did not touch it, okay? I did what my elders and what Ochosi and my mother is Yemaya, as this prohibition came out with Yemaya, told me to do, as she's sitting over there. That's why I'm looking over there. So my head belongs to Ochosi, and my mother is Yemaya. I'm born from Ochun. Now, in understanding that, as soon as he brought the money here, and his family member was here as well, I already had been crying to his padrino, who was at the time the Yubone. And it really broke my heart not because I couldn't crown him. I could have not said anything and did it. Would it be wrong? Heck yeah. But people do it. We have a will. Our angels give us a will. You need to understand that. So I cried and I said, I don't know. I don't want to hurt him, but I need help in understanding how we can get through this. Okay. So when he brought the derecho here, I said, I'm not touching it. I'm not counting it. We're going to take this to who will be now your padrino, as I cannot be your madrina because I have certain prohibitions. So he was very respectful and he completely understood. At the same time, I said, I will be there for you as your Yubone. But maferefun and blessings to the Orisha and Orumila. If you cannot crown at all, you should not be the Yubone. Let's get for now. I can crown. I have a goddaughter crowned Obatala. I've adopted a few, but I have certain prohibitions when it came to this beautiful individual. Now, when that happens, you have to respect Orisha. It doesn't matter what people are saying. It doesn't matter how they felt. The ball was in my court to make sure and do it. My mother Yemaya said, which is to transfer, pass on the crown to someone else. I know many, many beautiful elders, but carefully, I made sure to handpick who I know will be the best match. Not only is this child a child of Obatala, crowned 18 years, and has experience in crowning, but also the match is perfect with the experience and everything. So that's what was done. Did I receive anything out of it? No. I received wisdom. I didn't receive money. I received $21 for entrada into my PELE, means entrance into my house of Ochosi and Chango. Okay. Also, the $33 is for the rogation. Did I receive anything? No, but I did receive happiness from my mother, Yemaya, from Ochosi being very proud of me as I threw Obi and spoke to Ochosi. I had my own consultation with my father, Ochosi, and I did what's right so I can sleep at night. We don't crown for money, fame, or crown so we can crown a bunch of other people. It doesn't go like that because the Orisha and the spirits and Olodumare Olofi sees everything. It doesn't matter what the people think. The ball was in my court. My son is crowned Chango. His mother's Ochun. I could have very well have been selfish or ignorant and said, you know what? My son can crown you or we're going to keep in house. No, I sacrificed through my tears to make sure my godson would be in good hands, especially he is also my brother. He is my Omo. And it didn't matter if he was Agayu or Chun or Chango, your Iwa PELE and your OKAN. It doesn't matter what you lose. My Orisha will always give me everything that I need with blessings, but we have to be obedient. It's not about pride. What I did get a little upset was on Friday, I heard that the crowning was still happening, and yet I was not told or invited. That's okay. Sometimes when we think that someone is going to think a bad way or do something wrong, that means that is how we are within ourselves. That night I was praying. Saturday I was praying. Sunday I was like, thank God. He made it. Mission completed. My mission is completed. So when I go to God after this life is over, I know that my mission was completed. And that's Iwa PELE of a good OKAN. I'm not here to make myself a hero. I'm just telling those of you who are crowned, when you have something in your ita, let it go. Be happy for the person. I also bless that Ile of Obatala. I bless them. Why? Because I brought Ache of 2 godchildren into their house. The Ochosi is extremely sweet and amazing. Yes, we did have a disagreement because he was told I received 2,100. You bones don't get that, and they don't get paid until the Santo is done. You bones get 7 and below. That's it. But it's okay. I got the blessing of the Orisha. Alafia, aho, I say, I love him and wish him well. Go ahead, Omo, you got this. Maferefun Ochosi, Maferefun Orisha. You will continue to elevate and live a long life. And mission is completed. Ache. This side is done on my TikTok. Now I can continue. As we know, YouTube gives us a longer chance. So when you have prohibitions and you know that your Orisha tells you for a certain reason, like I said, I'm not giving up any personal information. They tell you that you can't crown someone. It's for a reason. You can actually put their life in jeopardy. You can also get your life in jeopardy because we have a will. Our guardian angels, they give us a will. Are you going to follow through with that will? Is it about money? It's not about money. It's about love. It's about happiness. I can sleep at night knowing that everything is okay. It's not about gifts. It's not about this. Listen, if you're thinking about me to be uploading videos, well, listen, I'm happy for you. Do you get it? I just felt deceived because I was told that I was given. As Oya is behind me, Orumila is behind me, Abata and Inle is behind me, Obatala is above me, my mother Ochuni Yemaya is there, Chango is there. So what? No, I did not receive anything for it, but I did receive acknowledgement of being obedient to the Orisha. I did receive the blessings of Olodumare, as many more blessings are coming through. I did accomplish my mission to put him in the right house to make sure that he gets crowned with blessing, because this house has a lot of spiritual ashe. And I had to do what's fair. Did I step on toes and make some people upset because I did not choose them as a Yubon? Yes. Did I have to swallow my pride and stay quiet and know that victory was here? Yes. Do I have to deal with any kind of foolish rumors? That's why I made this video, because I'm getting texts and emails and calls left to right. Yes. Doesn't matter what people think. What matters is I did what's right. That's it. And he is in a good house and he has blessings. And I pray that he lives a very, very long life and continues to grow. Whoever's house, well, I don't want to say the name, so I said whoever. The house that he's in, he is a blessing to that PELE. Like I said, the only disagreement we had is when he texted me that he was aware that I received 2,100. Man, that's a rich Ubon, because Ubons don't get that, even though they deserve the world, because Ubons work the hardest in an Osha ceremony, especially for a warrior. Elegwa Agun, Ochosi, or Yada, especially Elegwa Agun and Ochosi. The Ubon's job is really hard, but for all of them, even for Batala, Agayu, it is a very hard job. And normally I'm sorry because I have to bring it up in respect to my reputation in PELE and telling the truth. Ubon's pay is only like $4 to $750. That's it. When that Padrino was going to be the Ubon, he asked me for $750. Now, did I get paid before then? No. Did the person, the family member, and I won't say any names, run around? Yeah, they did, but nobody told them to, because I get my stuff from St. Francis Botanica, which is an excellent Babalao who has a lot of godchildren that were also there. Okay. Did I also get, do I go to Tampa? Yes, I do. I go to Cuatro Caminos. I go to Candles and More. My godbrother has a big botanica over there in Orlando. Joseph Baba Ifa and his wife, my sister. Listen, if you choose to run around, that's on you. That's the Padrino's job. That's it. That's the Madrina's job. Okay. But everything else I was doing behind scenes, we're giving a lot of knowledge and information of what to get, what not to get, sitting down. When there was no derecho, the correct thing to do is to have that derecho placed on top of the guardian angel. So why would I collect $2,100 and disrespect Ochosi? Like, why would I do that? Like, it doesn't make sense. That has to be brought by the aleo, because at the time they were what we call an aleo, a new initiate, and that has to be given with Coco Bella Plato on top of Ochosi. I'm not taking. When they tried to send me $126 for the misa, I returned it. I said all of the money has to be together in one, because money doesn't make me or break me. Gifts, toys, trinkets don't make me or break me, because everything here is just borrowed and rented. Your soul has to go to heaven or hell or wherever it's going. That needs to be decided for the right things that you do. So what's important is when we're going into our Osha, we are not supposed to really be collecting donations unless the person is very, very sick. In this case, that was done correctly. Now, as far as this ELE, my godchildren, some of them are Mambos and Hugan, some of them are Sansistas, and I'd like to openly thank them as they brought in food and they came from far. Both of them live by Melbourne Beach and they traveled here to help the Iyawo with the first Misa. I also, my goddaughter took time off of SeaWorld to be here for the first Misa. So sometimes it's not about giving money. It's about the person showing up and working their spirits, because there are, even though that's a different religion, yes, Mambo, I'm just saying they did pay to receive their initiations and to receive it correctly and made that sacrifice. Now, even though Sanse and 21 have nothing to do with the Misa, they are excellent Espirititas, and they were able to pass spirits. Even my goddaughter never asked me for a dime, because you know what? It's not about money all the time. They still gave themselves and donated their time to pass spirits and to remove spirits. So in blessings to them. Now in understanding that also, let's go on to those of you who are crowned. Please, sometimes you may not see that in your Ita right away. You may have heard it, especially if your Ita is translated in English, from English to Spanish, or if it's in French or whatever. Make sure that you understand it. I have very blessed spirits, with all due respect and being humble. I have to say it, because they told me, look at your Ita for Yemaya. Now, I had every choice. The ball, like I said, was in my court. I could have said, okay, give me this large derecho, put it on top of a Ochosi, and I'm still going to crown you. No, I gave that up and I passed it. And I listened to Yemaya. Because when you make Santo and you get crowned in Osha, it's not just your crown. All of them become your parents. Oya is my mother too. Chango is my father too. So when you get crowned, they all become your parents. You have to follow the advice. This is not a losing battle. This is winning, because now I could sleep at night. He's in a good house, and that's what counts. I could have very well kept that money and crowned him myself. I have a very good Oba. I have a lot of friends that are Obas. I have excellent elders, but that's not right. Do what's right, because it doesn't matter what people say or rumors that they hear. You will get your rewards in heaven. This is only flesh and bone. This year, I'm getting older. I make 51. This year, time is going by. So always do what's right. Don't worry about the prideful and the boastful that focus on gifts and showing and thinking about you when they're making videos and doing. It's so stupid. People are too old for that. We need to wake up. If you're going to be in this beautiful faith of Orisha faith, you must have Iwa PELE. You must have a good heart. You must do what's right. It's not about fame. I feel sorry for those who are just getting crowned so they can hurry up and crown other people. And those other people are going to be left in the dust and not even know why they're getting crowned or what to do with that crown and how to take care of the Orisha. That's the sad part. Because when we get crowned, we're getting crowned for stability and for our health. The only sign that deals with donations is Iroso Ombo. Okay, that's the time when it says that Iku is knocking at the door and that the madrina and the padrino have to drop their derecho, but yet still the different materials and so forth still have to be paid, because the Orisha want to see your sweat. I think those also who did donate for that cause, and to know that that donation, that money was put in good hands to the padrino. No, I did not get a cent, but that's fine. I'm still chubby. I still eat. I still have fun. I have a life. I have my family. I have, most importantly, my Orisha and my spirits. Okay, so that's what's important. But do know, when you get crowned, study that Ita. I had even my brother, Omo Ochosi, and his wife, Omo Elegua, sit with me on that Ita. Then another, Omo Chango and Obatala, saying, hey, wait a minute, you need to pay attention to this book. You know, Maferefun Ogun, they were right there for me. Obatala, and blessings to Pete. Obatala was crowned over, 50 years. I am so happy with the blessings and the guidance, because that is also in my Ita. I will always consult with elders. I thank my grandfather of Ochosi. He has been so supportive. Johnny Yemaya, he's crowned Yemaya, but my godfather received Ochosi from his madrino, got it from him. So I'm blessed to know him too. Listen, there's so many of you, Shangos, that were there for me, that all I could say is thank you. I had to say thank you to my husband and to my son. My son is very, very, very intelligent. He knows his mayubas. He knows how to throw obi. He knows the rules for Ocha. I could have easily said, okay, just pass this crown of this Ochosi to my son. But no, I don't feel like that would be fair. He has to have an adult because of his health that he needed to connect with. So I completed my mission. Now I have more missions as I'll be working with children with disabilities in a neighborhood not too far from here. And I am blessed beyond. So I thank all of you, and you should thank all of them. And blessings to Orisha. This is not a vanity war, man. This is not a Broadway show. This is Orisha. Respect Orisha, or they will do it for you. Alafia, aho. Oh, 1 minute. And my God sister, the Yoya, my Ferefun Yansa. Thank you. Thank you. Blessings, Iyawo. And thank you to so many of you. Gabby the Seer, I love you. I love you. Ma Ferefun Ochun. I could go on and on. Please don't be upset with me if I didn't mention you, because there's a lot of you. And I already knew that this Osha was going to take place because I knew it by Friday. And yes, as my mother Yemaya is across from me, my mother's Ochun, I was praying for him because I was so scared because his health is so delicate. And he is a very sweet person. He will be an asset to any PELE. Yes, we had a disagreement about me receiving a derecho, but that's fine. Ochosi knows the truth. Obatala knows the truth. But he is a blessing, and I was praying for him. And I'm telling you, because I got it from the inside that he was already getting crowned. I didn't need to know that. That's the only part. I wish I was there just to say, and blessings to you. That's okay. He made it. Mission completed. Mission completed. Ma Ferefun Olodumare Olofi. Ashe, I hope that answers the questions, because anybody texts me, I'm going to have you look at this long video. Okay, and blessings.